Rio.
Wagwan people, like and subscribe to Anfield Uncle Rod's channel. Show some love, you never walk alone.
Yes, people, what's going on? What's going on, people? Love and respect to everybody. Doing a late night stream, literally today. Gonna do a quick stream, giving a match preview for tomorrow's game. Well, today's game actually. It's today's game at 3 o'clock. Kickoff with Ipswich Town. So that's gonna be tomorrow. Well, today. Today at 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock kickoff. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll be working in the morning, and I finish about 2:45 in the afternoon. So I'll be quickly rushing home to get myself set up for that game. You know what I mean? Anyway, listen, guys, thank you for tuning in. Right, we're gonna look at the press conference. So let's get this press conference up and going. See how that looks. Lovely. That's good. Right, I'm going to play you a bit of this press conference. The link is in the chat. Okay, the link is in the chat. See if you want to watch it in its entirety. Go into the chat, click the link, and yeah, you can watch it in its entirety. I'll play about 5 or 6 minutes of this. Right, what's face though?
I'm not expecting months, of course.
There you go.
Okay. First of all, Arne, can we check on Curtis Jones? What's the latest regarding the injury against Leeds?
Yeah, he went out during halftime, so that's mostly not a good sign. And it wasn't because he will not be available for the game tomorrow. And yeah, the rest we have to wait and see how long it's going to take. I'm not expecting months, of course, or not of course, but I'm not expecting months. But let's see if he's available for PSV or Bournemouth.
Even Kanate also told us in the week that he's playing through pain at the moment with his knee not fully recovered from it. What concerns do you have over that? How you're managing that day to day?
I think you've seen how we try to manage that. I think we skipped him twice, didn't we? Or at least in this game, Jarrell played, and and the Accrington Stanley game he didn't play as well. So that is a bit maybe because he has still some pain of his knee. Don't exaggerate it, but he probably feels a bit. But it's safe for him to play. But it's more the load where you're aware of if a player is out for 5 or 6 weeks and then play him every 3 days. That's in our opinion a certain risk. So we always try to manage that, and I think he now comes to a moment where he would be able to play 3 times a week.
Ipswich was your first game in charge. I think back then there wasn't the expectation that you were going to win the Premier League. I think certainly outside the club there seems to be the expectation now that Liverpool are going to win the Premier League this season. So what difference do you see in your side now compared to that first game against Ipswich, if any at all?
No, not a lot, but the fact was that I only worked with 13 to 14 players for 1.5 weeks back then. So there's not been said about sometimes how difficult it is to come in the middle of a season and try to work with a new team with the schedule we are having. But to be fair, it maybe felt a bit the same for me because 12, 13, 14 players came in 1.5 weeks before the start of the season. And from that moment on, we only played games. So it's normal, I think, that we've improved compared to that game. Although, especially the second half performance was something that was quite similar to the performances I see currently.
With that in mind, how much do you think Ipswich will be a different proposition now that they've gotten used to life in this league a little bit and taken some big points off some top teams?
Yeah, they've done, and they've been a bit unlucky sometimes in the last moments of games. I think I've said this a few times recently that the second half of the season is always more difficult than the first half because some teams strengthen themselves during the winter break. Some teams, of all the teams, not all of them, but many teams work with their manager for half a season, and that normally leads to that a team becomes better. And that's definitely the situation also for Ipswich, although they've made it really difficult for us already in the first game of the season. But I think it's fair to say that they've improved during the first half year. And that is also a compliment to Kieran McKenna, that he already made it really difficult for us in the first game. But I think the few games afterwards was more difficult for them. But then at a certain point, they've become a very good team that makes it difficult for every team, except maybe their last game, which was an exception to the rule. And maybe that was because City was City again.
A word that keeps getting repeated again and again in comments about your performances, particularly the one against Lille, was professional. Is that a word that you like to hear when people talk about your team? Is that something that you'd like to judge yourself on?
It's better than that they call us amateurs. Yeah, I think you guys, not till now, it hasn't been asked yet, but the amount of question I get about Mo and how would you describe him? So it's every time you have to find a new word or say something new again, or try to come up with something new. That's a bit similar to what we are doing. So because we're doing so well, many people talk about us, and it's difficult to every time come up with something new. Now, it's been exciting, probably. It's been all kind of words has been used, and at the moment, if I listen to you, the word professional is there. I don't exactly know what that might mean then. Does this mean that we are controlling the game, or okay, yeah,
doing everything very business-like, no errors anywhere.
Okay, yeah, I don't know if it's meant positive or negative. What I see is that we've got a lot of ball possession, that we dominate and control every single game. In every single game, we've got more chances than the other team. In every game, we deserve to win, or if we don't win, we would have deserved it. Except for one game, maybe, and I've said it many times, that was the Chelsea game, where maybe a draw would have been more fair. But in every other game we've played, I think we were the dominant team, not because we go into a low block and kick every ball forward, because of a certain style. And yeah, it's up to anyone how you would describe that style. Professional, yeah, okay. That's a good thing then.
Given Harvey Elliott has said this is his club, he wants to stay and his recent performances. How close is he to starting, and what does he have to do?
Keep bringing performances in like he did, and keep working as hard on the training ground as he's doing as well. And I always say to the players, it's not only about you; it's also about the competition you are in. And in his situation, he's in competition with 5 very good midfielders that you know, and there are a few youngsters coming through that are very talented as well, but they are not close to playing time yet. But he's in competition with Wata, with Ryan, with Curtis, with Maka, and with and himself. So these are the midfielders we have at the moment. So he has to bring up performances like he does, and then playing time will probably increase. Increase is more, yeah, will increase.
Andy?
Hi, Arnie. Ibrahima Konate spoke about aiming to be better than Virgil van Dijk. How good can he become?
I think he's already very good. It's a centre back that without him even touching the ball, you already feel quite impressive because he's so strong and tall. I think one of the things he could improve, in my opinion at least, is his play. Is his play with the ball, bringing the ball out from the back. I would not say.
Yeah, so that's going to be that's obviously enough of that. I've got a link in the chat. Here that if you watch the entirety of the press conference, you can do. Just click on the link and can watch the whole of the press conference. But good few points that's come up. One of the points that came up was the fact that Curtis Jones will be out for probably a few weeks. I reckon 2 weeks. I reckon we'll probably see him after the after the sort of like PSV game, like the Bournemouth game. I reckon he'll be ready for that. He should be ready for that. So he's out for a few weeks with the injury. So he says basically says it's weeks rather than months. Do you know what I mean? So a few more weeks. Okay, let's go on to the predictive lineup. Give me a quick show this tonight. Give me a quick show tonight because not too well at the moment. But okay, so it's gonna be Alisson in goal for me. Alisson is gonna come back into goal. And so Becca will come back into goal. Let's get this. So he comes back into goal. I wouldn't mind Bradley starting tomorrow, actually, to be honest. I wouldn't mind Bradley starting tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? I think this game will be a game for him. I think this game will actually suit him, to be honest. Let me just make it bigger. This game will definitely suit him. So Bradley will come back in tomorrow. Okay. Konate comes back in. Yep, Konate comes back in. Ibu. Virgil, obviously. Virgil, our captain. He comes back in. And then Tashimikas has got to hold his spot tomorrow. He needs to hold his spot tomorrow. Rest those legs of Tashimikas. Of Robertson. Rest those legs of Robertson. Now you two midfielders, you know you're gonna have Graham Birch and McAllister. It's gonna be like that. It's gonna be Graham Birch and McAllister. And McAllister. McAllister. On the right, it's going to be Salah. They have the Salah on the right. And I reckon Cody Gakpo comes back in. Cody Gakpo comes back in to this side here. And then you're going to have the Barzilai. Excuse me, sorry. Excuse me. I think I'm caught a bit of a cold, to be fair. Shit. Scheiße. Sorry about this, guys. I think I've caught a bit of a cold, to be honest. Right. I think he plays Diaz as a centre forward tomorrow. And I think Diaz in there for that. I think what will happen is Nunez will come off the bench. I think he starts tomorrow. And that's your lineup for tomorrow. That's your lineup for tomorrow. Still. We got Alisson Becker in goal. Conor Bradley, Kanate, Virgil van Dijk, Tsimikas as your back four. In midfield, Gravenberch and McAllister, you know he's going to go with that. On the right-hand side, Mo Salah. On the left, they're going to have Cody Gakpo. Playing number 10 role, Szoboszlai, and then your striker is going to be Luis Diaz. I mean, this team really should do the business tomorrow. Excuse me, should do the business tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? Can't see why not. Can't see why not. Okay, guys, as I said, it was only going to be a short show this evening. Or this morning, actually, you might say. This morning. And guys, if you disagree with my lineup and you have a different lineup, you want put in a comment. Do you know what I mean? Who you want to start tomorrow, and obviously want to play. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, so guys, I shall be back. I don't know, but I will have a tomorrow, probably tomorrow now. The match preview either today, later on today, like in the evening time, or tomorrow I'll do a match reaction. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, thanks guys for joining me. Listen, guys, please hit the like button, subscribe button, and also hit the like button, subscribe button, also hit the notification button. You will be notified when I go live. Okay, so in the meantime, guys, let me stop sharing this. In the meantime, guys, peace, love, and respect. Peace.